Let me show you some of my plants in the garage. I just took him out of the plastic. He had a little terrarium. That's an abelia cutting that I'm growing. And that in there is a wisteria cutting. I just did him yesterday, so he'll take a while. And that, of course, is a tropical hibiscus. Queen of the night. It's a ponytail palm, just like in front of Karen Kay's house when you walk out her door on the right-hand side. These are just some miter aloe and a couple other ghost plants and stuff. Let's see. These are balloon flowers. This is swamp mallow, hasn't bloomed yet. It's a bay laurel tree. That is a type of cordyline. That's Artemisia silvermound. That's a tree that we grew from a seed. That's a phoenix palm, date palm. Rose. Another palm. This is probably Mediterranean fan palm, but it's too small to tell yet. This is tomatoes. Of course, these are what do you call it? Oleanders. Into those. All right. Walk this way. Podocarpus. And of course, the big one is a eucalyptus. It's a cider gum. It's also called Mexican petunia. This is lantana. That's Asiatic jasmine. That's a type of grass. Let's see. That is a saw palmetto. This is a bottle brush that leaves it come out. This is the final blooms of the color guard yucca, the variegated yucca. That's a Bismarck palm back in there. Indian hawthorn, daylily, pretty good. Dusty Miller. That is a Chinese windmill palm, Trachycarpus fortunei. That is a Pittosporum. This is another type of cordyline. This is called a frutosa. That is a rehabilitating gardenia. This is rosemary with a weed. Petunia. Let's see. That's a winter creeper. In the mailbox. This is a mandevillia. Let's see. This is a black coral calicasia. Dianthus. Some small palm trees in there. Let's see. This is actually lavender called platinum. It's a strange color. These are, of course, canna lilies. And these are Peruvian lilies, and this is a tiger lily. So he's going here. And the more canna lilies up here. That's an African daisy. That is a Venus flytrap. That's another baby palm tree. That's actually sable minor. It'll never get too big. All right, this is a plumeria. Not quite ready to bloom. Let's see who's ready. Oh, this guy's not too far off. This guy here, this will become blooms. Daylily, let's see, palm, rose, getting ready to set up. Amsonia, another kind of winter creeper. It's a potato vine. Sometimes has blooms. No, none right now. Let's see if I can find one, and I'll put it here. Let's see, another plumeria, just getting ready to. There's a red yucca. Yeah, I showed you these guys. That is a little agave hanging out in there. And this is a bougainvillea. And it's a bi-colored bougainvillea. So Chris has it kind of growing up into the eucalyptus. So it's kind of nice, kind of neat looking. Yeah. All right. I'm up on the porch now, and that is a lace aloe. I'm gonna come over here. These are some cool pots that Chris really likes a lot. They're expensive, but they're nice, and they come from Vietnam actually. And this is vinca, and that's called Sun Patient. And there's his partner over here, and then this is a miter aloe, and this is kind of the nursery for desert roses. So these start out small, like this little guy here, and then eventually they'll kind of grow up and get bigger and bigger. And then look how fat the bottom is. This bottom is called the caudex, and this is the idea, to get them to grow the fat caudex, and eventually they will pop open, and each branch that comes out creates 3 or 4 branches around it. You see them sprouting out, they'll come up. And then if you look in the middle there, let's see if I can get the phone to zoom. There it is. That little red thing, that's going to be the flower. So it should be pretty neat soon. Yep, that's what hopefully they'll all look like. Let's see if I can kind of show you the garden from up here. My hose is out, but you get an idea of this part of the garden from above. All right, that's a Mexican heather. It's also known as a cufia. And gardenia, just done blooming. And that's a lavender. And that's lantana. And this is a sago palm, grass. This is purple hearts blooming. It's kind of pretty bloom when you zoom in close. There you go. Another Dusty Miller. Let's see. Another pot of carpus. This is actually a volunteer calla lily that's coming up. It comes up every year. It's so funny. This is actually underneath here. That's a persimmon tree coming up. Let me see if I can get it to snap in. Correctly. There you go. And this is a jasmine. It's called. What is it called? I'm drawing a blank on the type of jasmine it is, but some kind of jasmine. So let's see here. More oleanders. See which way we're going to go. We'll go this way. This is lamb's ear, and it's actually soon going to be blooming, so that should be neat. This is a verbena, bisporum. This is an oleander that I grew from propagation. Got some onions coming in back there, but they're going. This is a transplant from the Haglunds. That's going to be should be a pretty tall sable palm one day, probably in a decade. Another kind of lantana. Fig tree. The fig tree is doing pretty well. Lots of figs. This is a blanket flower, which is a native flower. It came from an empty lot. Mexican petunia. This is a lemon tree that I grew from seed, and that's a weed. See, this is a cordyline. It's called Festival cordyline. These are Mediterranean fan palms back in here. These are kind of cool. Lantana. This is a pretty lantana here. The colors on that guy. I'll try to zoom in on one of those. Oh yeah, look at him. Lantana. This is a variegated lantana. This is that devil's trumpet. See how big the flowers really are. They're just humongous flowers. And back here is another one, but you can see there's going to be flowers all over. These are all buds, different stages, so I'll try to put a picture of a good one in here. This is a different color bougainvillea. And behind it, that's a spineless prickly pear in Puntia, and of course agave, yucca, and lots of types of sedum. Look in here. That's you know, hen and chicks, and a type of Sepravivium, basically. These are just different types of sedum. That's a dragon's blood sedum. You can see a red gem miniature cactus over there in the middle. It's an ice plant. He actually needs water. None of the rest of this needs water, but he needs water, so he has a special water line that runs there. It's a bromeliad, the purple one. Kind of cool. There's usually lizards around him. He likes to live around it for some reason. And that's an Angelina sedum, which is really coming up nice. Let's see. Blue spruce sedum. Another, that in the back is an erect prickly pear below the piece of wood. It should be interesting to see how he grows up. Other sedum, this is called the Dickia. In the back, it's a calancho, you know, paddle plant, date palm. Let's see, I'm gonna come around this way. This is a lemon tree, a Myers lemon. Now let's see. That's another sedum. This is actually from the Columbia River Basin. This is a type of, really type of prickly pear, Opuntia. That's a blue agave. Yeah. And let's see, this is a Yucca rostrata. That's a pineapple plant from Greg Kure. What else we got in there? That's a spineless prickly pear. Let's see, another hen and chicks. That is an artichoke agave. That little guy flowering right there, but you can see it. That is a hedgehog cactus. Kind of unusual. See, then we have lantana back there, Mediterranean fan palms. Let's see. And Kure, of course, that's Mexican petunia, sable minor. That's a mandevillia just coming up now. That's another jasmine over there just coming up. This is a pindo palm. He's really looking good. This is his second year, so he's very healthy. Let's see. This guy, that is a type of Kufia. I honestly can't remember what it's a type of actually firecracker plant, but it has a funny name. It starts with a P, the scientific name. Maybe I can find it. Oh yeah, there we go. It is called a Kufia purpurea. Kufia purpurea. You see why it's got these crazy. So see if I can zoom in on one. Yeah, look at that. Just amazing. Chris likes that plant a lot. In the background, of course, is a colocasia. Going well. Some more agave hiding in here. Look real quick at this. Let's see here. Alright, so we got oleander setting up. That's one I grew from propagating. The palm. This is actually another windmill palm. This is called yellow bells. Damn, he's really beautiful. And down below is a type of yucca. And this yellow bell is also known as Esperanza, not yucca. Excuse, not yucca, vinca. This is a type of vinca here. Look right there, sticking out of the bottom, but the Esperanza is just taken over. So, really interesting plant. Let's see, we got banana plants in the background. See that? And this is a mule palm, Saragrus. It's looking pretty well. This is a Lucifer candle lily, excuse me, that is actually just getting ready to set up, but I have no idea what it's going to look like, so that should be fun. There's that salvia. This is a tropical hibiscus. It's not blooming right now, but it has, and if I have a picture of a bloom, I'll try to put it in here. This, of course, is, you know this one, this is a crepe myrtle, and you look in here, you can see it's getting ready to set up in a month or so, so that should be beautiful. This is an abelia, which I think is a really gorgeous plant. Year round, this is a beautiful plant. and also what I'm growing in the garage. The one I have growing in the garage, I just cut off a piece and tried to root it, so it seems to be doing well. I actually cut off 6 pieces, but only 1 survived. That's a seaside goldenrod. And that's another, of course, pindo palm, Butea capitata. These are nice. These are super tunias, and I just love how they just fill the thing up. It's pretty amazing looking, I think. And Chris picked those. That's a potato vine growing in the middle. Let's see. These are bird seed growing, so I'm gonna pull those out. Chris has a little, she had a feeder here, but now it's just gives them water. Anyway, that is called a blazing star, a gay feather. It's a prairie plant, so hopefully that'll do good soon. And behind it is catmint. So let's see, this is another variegated yucca and another crepe myrtle. This is a sugar palm, mountain sugar palm. So Chris really likes this plant. This is a type of Aurelia, which is closely related to the Mexican petunias, but this is a dwarf. So you can see how pretty the flowers are on these. Yep, right in there. Oh, when it zoomed, there it goes. That's something, huh? This is in the back of chrysanthemum, which will turn yellow, which will be nice. This little guy here, he is a coconut palm, believe it or not, held up by this lily of some sort I got from the Haglunds. I have no idea what it is. This is I think a pindo palm. It was a baby, and a volunteer I got from out front, so I'm assuming that's what it is, but we'll find out soon enough. This is a Robellini, a pygmy date palm. This is a dwarf callistemon or bottle brush. This is wisteria, and oh yeah, right there. There you go. Mine, you can look in there and see it. Pretty good. And then zoom out here. This is a trellis I built to hold the wisteria and the trumpet vine. So hopefully next year that'll be blooming. I believe it's going to bloom on old wood. Here's another Mediterranean fan palm. Big lantana here, and there's a Mexican petunia in the back. You can see these I think are really pretty too. Okay, this is a palm that I'm trying to save, which is actually, believe it or not, going well, even though it doesn't look it. Oh my gosh, this just happened. This, of course, is a Rose of Sharon, and you get to see the bloom. Hallelujah. This just happened last night. I haven't even noticed this yet, but it's covered now. It's going to be incredible looking soon. This is a lemon tree that I grew from seed, and I grew it last year right next to a tomato plant, and therefore now I have this huge tomato plant coming up, and he'll be producing tomatoes. I didn't have the heart to cut the tomato plant down, neither did Chris, so we're going to see what it does. This is sago with a lot of new growth. I think it looks great. This is my favorite palm. This is actually a Cashmere Mountain date palm, and he's very healthy. Go back a little bit, so he's doing great. Let's see, this is a Mexican fan palm, Washingtonian robusta. And let's see, some grasses. I'm growing garlic back there, it hasn't come up yet. I just planted it. That guy is a Chinese fan palm, drawing a blank now. What is he called? Yeah, Livistonia chinensis, that's it. Another volunteer palm. This is an unknown type of palm, so we'll find out soon enough. We have a couple guesses what it is, but it was mislabeled when it got here, so we'll find out. It should be fun. Another little baby. This is a transplant of a Lenten rose, so it'll be fun to see how that turns out. This is Fatsia. And believe it or not, this is a little forsythia that we used to have up north, but it has a hard time here. And this palm tree grew right next to it, so we decided to let them both grow and see who survives it. So who knows? All right, let's see. Over in our kind of sitting area here, kind of give you the quick look. Let's see what we got here. Oh, these are just different types of what do you call it? Miter aloe, yep. And then I just had some extra succulents, so I threw them in here, and they're growing pretty well. And then this is a tray we made up over the winter, so he's looking pretty good. Back up and kind of see. Let's see. This is a jade plant right here. This, of course, is a big aloe, you know, the giant aloe. They call it Barbarossa or whatever they call it, the big ones. Another miter aloe. This is a Bergeranthus seed. You know, I cut off a snip from one inside that Krista gave us, so it's doing pretty well. Now you can see it, you know, coming up. So that's nice to see. And then in the back, this is a little baby queen of the night plant, and it fell off of the mother plant, so we dropped it in there. So it looks like it's doing pretty well. So we'll see. Let's see here. More succulents. Yeah, and we dropped them in here, just different kinds, just to make it look fun. Some babies over there. Let's see. I guess I'll hit this guy. This is Cuba, and he's doing pretty well, looking good. That's another eucalyptus, different variety. It's called a baby blue. He's new. That's an olive tree. I'll come back in here. That's coffee. Ligustrum, of course. Let's see. This is a holly fern. Let me see if I can find out which kind it is. Yeah, this is holly fern fortunei. It was found in China, I think, by Robert Fortune back in the 1800s. This is an Appletini hosta. This is a Borneo giant alocasia. That is a verbena called copper top. You see that copper top. Let's see. This is a prickly pear, a spine prickly pear. Probably erect is probably what it's called, but you know, that was a cutting from the Hagelands. So we'll see. This is of course aloe. Different types of succulents in here. Little babies. See, they're cute when they're babies. Look how tiny they are. So I'm gonna zoom in on them. Let me zoom. There it goes. This one's kind of neat. This is an ogre's ear jade. So kind of weird looking. Some other kind of aloe. Let's see. That's a bugleweed. That is a coral bells. That is a bent top. It's a cordyline. This one is interesting. This is a holly fern, but if you look in the back here, I'll zoom in. Those are spores, believe it or not. That's how it propagates. They fall off. So it looks like bugs, but it's actually spores. Let's see here. That's an autumn fern. Let's see if I can get it. There it goes. Ripe grass. That's creeping jenny. That I kind of had to dig it up and move it, so hopefully it'll come back. This is a volunteer calla lily, so we're letting him grow. This guy is just coming into its own now. This was from Dave Hall. It's a bromeliad, and I put it in I flew on the plane with it, so the top part's not looking good, but you can see the bottom is growing just fine. And a new one coming in, so that should be good. That's a cast iron plant. This is like speckled. You see that? I don't know if I said that's alocasia, but a nice big one. I like that one. Step over here. Those are whale bones that we found. Some more aloe and shells, obviously. That's a palm tree. So when I built this wall, I built around the palm tree. So it should be fun. That's another cast iron plant. Obviously not speckled. And then this is a variegated cast iron plant. You're just starting to see the variegations in it. So that should be fun to see how he looks. Let's see, I'll step back in a second and get a better picture. This is a camellia, but of course doesn't bloom this time of year. That's another lantana. Here's another Kufia. Wait, let me show you first. Back in here, that's a hosta, and this is a calla lily. And this here, this is a firecracker plant. This is it's got a great name if I can remember it, but it's a Kufia. I'll have to look. Ignea, that's it. I love it. Kufia ignea, like, you know, fire. So, and the hummingbirds love this plant, so you can see why. So So anyway, so this is my favorite sitting area. Sit out here. Got some lights, and so you can see kind of a shade garden. You know, a little bit of sun right now, but it's the only time of day it gets sun in here. So it's nice. All right, let's see. Getting tired. All right, come out this way. Oh, I'm sorry for the lawnmower in the background, but this is a pineapple lily, and it's a different type of calicasia, smaller version. That is a chestnut dioon. This is another purple heart. It's flowering, so it's looking really nice, I think. I love the purple color. This is a palm tree from Kure, so it's a baby from her big Butea capitata. That is a white lantana. It's of course ligustrum again, but yeah, ligustrum, their flowers are pretty nice looking, I have to admit. But the bugs love them. They're just about done. Another calicasia, another oleander. Oh, Veronica speedwell. It's kind of a cool plant. So I like to call it Veronica from like Archie, but it is a speedwell, but it's also known as Veronica. In the background is Dusty Miller and Sable Minor. This is Rhodocenia here. Let's see. This is a dwarf bottle brush, trying to get out of the sun. This is I cannot remember, what is he called? Ardesia. This is an Ardesia. That's the olive you've already seen. That is a heavily bamboo. Let's see. These are small sable palmettos that should get big one day. And let's see, butterfly bush. This is a really cool color. Lantana, look at that. Beautiful. Sucker. Yep. And palms, of course. Let's skip over those. This, of course, is a hydrangea. Assuming I can't really see the screen anymore, but let's see. And this is a live oak. Very small. More palms. This is a ribbon palm, which is kind of cool. All right, so they grow out and then they bend like that, so it's kind of cool looking. He's small. And then this is a taro palm. That is a primrose. This is a baptisia, which is a really cool baptisia, and they're from Georgia originally, and it's a late bloomer, so it's not expected to bloom until July. And let's see, that is a podocarpus, and coming around, I think we're almost done. Larger sable minor. Oh, this is going to be big. This is a swamp mallow. It's about to burst out. I don't see any buds yet, but it's going to be big. Columbine. Oh, columbine. Oh, yeah, there's a bud on it. Cool. This guy. Gotta get back here. That's something, huh? Oh, that's a columbine. Chris rescued that plant from Lowe's. Another palm tree. Oh, a Lenten rose. Get down here so you can see it. And back up a little bit, Lenten rose. This one I have the hardest time saying the name. It's a Alstroemeria. And these are really pretty. These are like, they're called like Inca flowers or some other name like that. And then this is not popped out all the way, but soon this is a different hydrangea. And you can see how big the mop head is going to be on this. It's going to get huge, so that should be something else. I see Indian hawthorn and oleander, so pretty much it. So I kind of near the pass through here. Let's walk and see. So this area should grow up pretty nice. Looking forward to that. That's the good stuff. This view here. An idea of what we have in here in case I missed anything. But yeah, these things are huge. Look at the size of this plant, it's gigantic. Anyway, in the rock, we hear the birds. The rock garden, give you a full view of that. Now I'm back in my garage, and this is my terrarium. The plant in there is mimosa, and that's pink oleander. There's white oleander in the back, and the rest are mimosa trees. I'm trying to propagate them in different ways, so I made a little kind of a wooden terrarium. You can kind of see it. There you go. And now that's it.